I should clap for you. You're stupid. I'm not going to insult you.
My people, we finally have our very first fight of the season, our very first Gbos of the season, and it's a double one. So what exactly happened? They're having their checkers custard challenge. They're waiting for Big Brother to call them for their presentation, and there was a discussion on the table, on the dining table. Onyeka, Chizoba, Ben, OC twins, they were all there talking, and of course Zion, Chinwe's boyfriend, they were all there talking. So apparently Chinwe had overheard them talk about her, and that was how Chinwe just stood up and went there and said, you know what, all of you are just jokers. I mean, calling my name, talking about me and all of that. Like, if you want to say something about me, say it to my face and all of that. And then, of course, Chizoba and Onyeka flared up also and was like, what do you mean? And then there was a back and forth, basically because while they were cooking, while they were having their challenge, their custard challenge, so it was said that Chizoba's team actually thought that Chinwe's team were stealing their cups. And later, according to what Chinwe has said, it turned out not to be so or something of that sort. And Chinwe flared up, like took it out of proportion. This is something that would have been resolved with, normal talk, right? And she just came and flared up like that. And Chizoba, that one too carry fire for head, or he carried choco for head. That's how Chizoba was replying her. She was talking, Chizoba was replying, and Chizoba never really insulted her, to be very honest. Chizoba called her rude because of the way she talked to Chizoba, because of the whole thing. And Chinwe was like, you said I am rude, but did you also notice the manner with which you talked to me earlier during the time? And there was a whole lot of back and forth, and then Chinwe called her stupid. Chinwe called her like different names, and at that point, her boyfriend Zion had to like lead her out of there, and she was still ranting, and Chizoba was still seated there with her sister, and they were ranting, and that led to the part 2 fight. Now, while they were still ranting and all of that, Onyeka started ranting too. Now, why Onyeka was ranting, that was how Handi approached her, was like, what? Because apparently Onyeka had made a statement about someone calling her stingy, and Handi came to clarify that. So while Handi and Onyeka were trying to hash out why the whole statement of you are stingy was being said, Wani just came and like, what do you mean? I said it to your face. Yes, I said it, and I said it to your face. I did not say it behind you like you're claiming it to be. And Onyeka was like, why are you lying? And she's like, I am not lying. She turned to one of the Mbadiwe twins and told them, you were there. Like, I said this to your face. Now, this is what happened. After the tax and Onyeka's team, they were paired with Mbadiwe twins. So they made pancakes, and Mbadiwe twins opened it. Wani put in her hand to pick one up, and Onyeka was not really having it, even though there was not a quarrel. And Onyeka was like, I mean, you don't have to put your hand in there and all of that. And later on, Mbadiwe twins was like, since your hand don't already touch them, take it. As she was leaving, she made a statement and said, some people are actually very stingy, or some people stingy sha. So Onyeka heard that, and it did not go down well with her, and that was the reason of the fight. So while Wani and Onyeka were exchanging words, at some point, Onyeka was like, you know what, if you have anything to say to me, face me, don't say it behind my back. And Wani was like, I'm saying it to you now. Who are you that I will not say it to you? And then Onyeka was like, I'm not childish, and you are acting very childish. And Wani was like, what? You know what? You're a childish bitch. Yes. And everybody was like, ha. At that point, Sean had to drag her out. And the funniest thing happened in all those fights. Handi turned on Wani and said,
Wani, what the fuck, man? Wani, what the fuck, man? What did I tell you, man? What did I tell you?
Yes, like that was the funniest thing for me. In all these fights, that was my highlight. She was like, what the fuck, Wani? What the fuck, Wani? I've never really seen twins like fight like this before. So like for me, it's like a discovery. Yes. And after the back and forth, Wani was telling Handi, but she called me bitch back. And it was like, Wani, you shouldn't have taken it this far. I'm disappointed in you. I'm disappointed at you. I mean, I've told you, calm down. I knew that you were about to flare up. And that was how Sean, came in, and Sean was trying to pacify her, and they took her to the garden. After listening to them, talk sense into Wani, you could see her face change as if she understood that she made a very big mistake. And she was obviously disappointed in herself for her actions, because she and Onyeka are actually cool. Like, this is something they should have resolved amicably without blowing it out of proportion. Also, it's to be noted that it's like a pent-up anger kind of thing, because Onyeka has said when she was talking yesterday, she caught Wani rolling her eyes on her, and then she asked her about it, and Wani was like, no, 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 no. And then Wani whispered something to Handy, and they went upstairs and took their glasses and came down, like their shades. According to Onyeka, she was like, is it me people wear shades for? If it's me you wear shades for, then that means you're a coward. Now, from Wani and Handy's point of view, they felt like Onyeka had that in mind, and in their minds, they didn't feel like there was anything that they didn't actually mean the actions the way it came out in Onyeka's mind. Right now, that house is divided into, I think, two different fractions. And we have Beta, that is Ben and TJ, planning on which part of the divide they want to be in. Ben already is in Chizoba's camp, and Chizoba's camp includes the Checkers, Mbadiwe twins, Indine, and Nelita, if I'm not mistaken. And then we have the other camp of Wani, Wannixhandi, Sean and Victoria, that's Shatoria. We have Ruthie and DJ Flo, and we also have, what's the name of the other ones? And we also have Cassia and her husband. Like, that's how they divided in the house. So basically, that's what had happened just, a few moments ago. What are my thoughts on this? Well done, to Chinwe, Onyeka, Chizoba, and Wani for bringing a little fire into the house. For me, I feel like this fight was unnecessary. I feel like this fight is like pent up anger. Yeah. And one thing I hate is the whole housemate saying, oh, it's okay, it's okay. Why are you telling them it's okay? Let them express themselves as long as they don't go fiscal. Yeah, they try to bring, the fire, but is the fire enough? Not really. I love the fact that they are actually small by small opening up, because it's Big Brother's house. It's not a family reunion. For Wani and Onyeka, yes, another misunderstanding. Yes, another pent-up anger. Yes, another, thing that comes from not actually saying your mind. Was Wani wrong? Yes. I mean, she shouldn't have called her a bitch, but then again, it's good that both of them, express themselves, because when Onyeka was talking to Femi, she said that finally she has said what's on her mind. Seeing, at least now we know that she has been carried that in her mind. So at the end of the day, I love the drama. I mean, I'm not on anybody's side in this drama. I love it. At least, finally we get something to talk about that is worthwhile. And as for their wager, I already know, I told you guys, they've lost that wager, because these people are a bunch of idea, and not putting anything in motion. But anyways, congratulations to them in advance for losing their wager. Sapa 2.0 continues in Big Brother's house next week. What are your thoughts on this fight? Let me know in the comment section. On that note, I'd like to say a very big thank you to you all for being part of my channel. If you have not yet subscribed, kindly click on the subscription button. Click on the notification bell to let you know whenever I post any new video. Until I come your way again, I remain your darling girl, Azine Williams.